Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
This is the opening of the public hearing for a new cabaret license. Today is Tuesday, December 3rd, 2024, in the Common Council Chamber. With us we have Demetra Brown, Deputy City Clerk, Amma Speed, Information Clerk 2, owner and representative Benjamin Levac. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
I want to ask, you did receive the notice of the public hearing and you posted it to your establishment?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we did mail out the letters to your neighbors. This is for Cabaret License 200 Washington Tavern, New York, LLC.
250. Just want to be sure.
That wasn't the address, that was just the number.
Oh, my apologies.
Your license application number. 200 Washington Tavern, New York, LLC. Address, 250 Western Avenue, Albany, New York, 12203. Owner of the building, J&J Investment Properties. Name of applicant, Benjamin Levac. Reason for the hearing is the issuance of a new cabaret. Hours of operation are Monday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m., Thursday through Saturday, 12 p.m. to 4 a.m., Sunday, 12 p.m. to 11 p.m. Proposed hours and days of entertainment, Tuesday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., Thursday through Saturday, 7 p.m. through 3 a.m. The hearing notices, as we mentioned, were mailed on November 12 to the owner and all property owners within 100 feet radius. And as you did state, you did post it on your establishment.
Yes.
Great, thank you. Now, just so that you know, approval depends on the agreement of 5 different departments within the city of Albany. Those departments would be the police department, law department, which is known as corporate counsel for us, the planning department, building and regulatory compliances, fire department, and common council member, Honorable Owusu Anani. Now to get started, can you please state your name and the association with the business for the public record?
Yes, ma'am. My name is Benjamin Levac. I am one of the owning partners of the Washington Tavern.
Thank you. And again, you did receive the legal notice and for the public hearing, and it was sent via United States mail and email. And again, you stated that you displayed it near or outside the establishment, correct?
Correct.
Thank you. For the record, it is your intent to apply for a year-long cabaret?
Yes, ma'am.
Is Washington Tavern, New York, LLC open for business?
It is.
For the record, please state the maximum occupancy.
The maximum posted occupancy is 175.
Okay. For clarification, please provide the square footage.
The square footage of the guest areas, because the total includes the basement, which brings us to about 3,100 square feet, but the basement area is non-usable to the public, not set up as such, so roughly a 1,500 square foot area.
Usable space?
Usable space for patrons and employees.
Okay. Great. Does the establishment have additional rooms that are going to be used independently?
The establishment is comprised of I would consider them to be 2 main rooms that are connected to each other without a door separating them, simply an entryway. Both rooms contain a bar. One of the rooms, with the smaller of the 2 bars, is the one that is intended for entertainment purposes. It has more space to allow for easy rearranging of entertainers, patrons, while still complying with operational ease, ADA compliance, and all the fun stuff that comes along with that.
So it's the larger room but a smaller bar?
Larger room, smaller bar. The 2 rooms themselves are roughly the same square footage, but with the smaller bar taking up less of a footprint, we have more usable space for patrons and entertainers.
Got it. And
Yes.
Sorry, state the hours of operation.
State the hours of operation. Yes, I can. On Sundays and Mondays, we are open from 12 noon until 11 o'clock p.m. On Tuesdays and Wednesdays, 12 noon until 2 o'clock a.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we are open at 12 noon, and we close at 4 a.m.
What are your days and times for entertainment?
The days and times for entertainment, we will be applying for entertainment to take place up until 3 a.m. on the days that we close at 4. And much like previously stated, the rest of the week, 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. Is when we would like entertainment on those days. Those will be on a case-by-case basis, probably not a weekly thing for us, more of, if St. Patty's Day were to fall on a Tuesday on a given week, we want the ability to have entertainment on that time while still complying with everything necessary.
Okay. What types of entertainment do you plan on having?
We plan on having a wide variety, so I'll start with the late night business, the post 10 p.m. Crowd where we limit ourselves to 21 and up only. Will be DJs present and probably the tail end of live band entertainment. We will have live band entertainment as well. We've done some calculations, and I have someone on my staff that kind of helps with band bookings where we can fit a 4-piece band comfortably without obstructing any space. And then the lesser sized entertainment, single or duo acoustic light jazz acts, karaoke, things of that nature as well. So a wide variety to give us, some fun with the space, to be appealing to the community, to the students of UAlbany, as well as the local crowd.
Okay. Now, will you have security during the hours of
Correct.
the hours of entertainment?
Yes, ma'am. We actively have security now, past 10 p.m. as it is. They arrive on site at 9 p.m. to prepare for our 21 and up only hours after 10 o'clock as it is. We have anywhere from 2 to 5 security guards during this time to keep the place safe, to do our due diligence with approaching patrons, ID checks, wristbands, and all the fun stuff that comes with late night drinking establishments.
Okay.
And the same security detail will be present for entertainment, especially the DJ hours, the earlier, more acoustic things that draw a calmer clientele. We will put security on a case-by-case basis as needed, given the event that we're doing. Again, like a normal Tuesday acoustic operation might not need security, but if it happens to fall on a St. Patrick's Day, security would be a necessary thing even prior to 9, 10 o'clock at night, and that is something that we will provide.
Got it. What are the qualifications of your security officers? Is it a private firm, or is it your employees, your staff?
They are
do
not
you hire?
directly employed by me, but I require all security personnel to be licensed by the state of New York for providing security services. My main security officer, Willie Moore, my head of security, he is, of course, much like the rest of them, fully licensed and also manages their schedule as well. So he works directly with me to figure out what do we need on a given day. Do we need 3? Do we need 4? Do we need 5? For approaching the slow season when the students go home, do we need 2? But it is his responsibility, and he has provided that all staff working security for me are licensed.
Yes. Would you be able to provide all the qualifications for your security staff?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. We would need to email that to Ms. Dean.
Absolutely.
Okay. Thank you so much. We would need the license ID. Okay.
Yes, I'm fairly certain I have photos with me now for most, but I will happily email those to you.
Perfect. Thank you. Does the establishment have soundproofing, and what steps will you take to limit the sound bleed over?
Yes, we have installed acoustic sound tiles in the ceiling. The building is a rather old building, so there is ample insulation that dampens sound in the walls themselves. As far as bleed out into the outside, at 10 o'clock p.m., we have speakers that are outside that play our normal, music even without entertainment. At 10 p.m., we turn those off. We also restrict access to our outdoor spaces at 10 p.m., close the door, lock that door. Security is posted at that door, so nobody may enter, exit, open that door and allow the sound to bleed out, except obviously in the event of an emergency and we need an egress that is present. But we largely keep all doors closed. Our main two entrances, the front and the rear parking entrance, are vestibule entrances, so there are two doors to get through into the main operating space, which itself also mitigates sound escaping into the outside neighborhood during those hours.
Okay.
And
you
the space
said you said the outside speakers go off at 10, correct?
we turn those off at 10 o'clock, yes ma'am.
Okay. And then you close basically you limit access to the outside.
Correct, correct. At those hours, we are 21 and up as it is, so security is posted at our main entrance, and ID verifies everybody that enters. We wristband them, and they also kind of help keep the doors closed, make sure the noise isn't getting out, so multifaceted posting. Additionally, I don't know if it matters, there are two apartments in the building. One is above the kitchen, one is above the main bar. There is no apartment above the space where the entertainers are. So that room is a single-story part of the building that does not interfere with any tenants that are actively in the building.
Being that you have two apartments upstairs, have any of those tenants ever complained of noise?
They have not. They have not complained. They are in the demographic of the student housing, so they, if anything else, they're in my bar having a good time with us. One of them, she actually is employed by me in the kitchen and assists with the entertaining, so we have received nothing but positive feedback from our, not my tenants, but the J&J tenants in the building, as well as neighbors who have stated that, as loud as it gets, not that we've had entertainment yet, but as packed as it gets, they don't hear any noise from us. So.
That's good. And this is a sidebar question. How long have you been in business?
As Washington Tavern, we opened for business on November 15th of this year.
Ah.
The LLC has been in place since September of last year, when J&J and I partnered to undergo this venture, revitalize Washington Tavern, bring it back to the neighborhood, and began what was supposed to be a few months of renovations turned into a year, and now we were finally able to open the doors on the 15th of last month.
It'll be well worth the wait.
That is what I am hoping.
During the time indicated for entertainment, will you serve or be selling beer or wine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Will you be serving liquor on the premises?
Yes, ma'am.
And if so, do you have your liquor license?
Yes, ma'am.
That is in here? Okay, got it. Yeah. Are you aware of the history of noise complaints or calls to the Albany APD?
Regarding my establishment, Councilman Owusu, I asked him and sought his guidance on what may have taken place. He informed me that the last noise complaints at that establishment was circa 4 years ago. So it's safe to say that the building itself has not been one to cause known issues in the neighborhood, and I very much intend to keep it that way.
Yeah, we do have a couple of calls, from November, but it wasn't in regards to, it was a traffic stop, it was around your building, so nothing to be alarmed about. Are you aware of any violations during the history of Washington Tavern?
I am not aware of any violations, no. Again, we started this process in September of last year, so past ownership has not made any violations known to us. I have spoken with the Byron family, who owned it from 1971 to 2018. They did not advise me as to any violations, and I had no contact with the owner that had it in between 2018 and J&J purchasing the building.
As I mentioned, part of the review process includes the Department of Building and Regulatory Compliance, reviewing your application, and then checking to see if there's any city code issues. Are you currently aware, well, you just mentioned that you are not, potential code violations that would prohibit you from being issued a cabaret, and you just explained?
Correct. Part of the renovation was also to upgrade the fire safety system throughout the entire space. Albany Fire has come through and done their cabaret inspection already, and verbally, from what they told me, they are quite pleased with how it all turned out. So we figured if we were doing a renovation, we might as well do the whole thing.
Yeah, do it right the first time. You don't have to go back. That's great. Do you have anything you would like to add to the public record for consideration of your application being approved for the cabaret license?
Nothing additional to add, just my excitement for being able to bring a fun establishment back to Pine Hills. I know that the Washington Tavern name carries a lot of weight, is quite a legacy institution for the city, and my goal, as well as the goal of J&J, was to bring that back to its glory days and be a staple continuing on for an additional 40 plus years for the city to enjoy.
Yes, definitely, and we appreciate you. All right, well, the premise history report, you should have a copy. That's basically the call history from, call reports from the Albany Police Department, and I'm pretty sure Ms. Fee has given you a copy of that. Oh, never mind, I'm sorry. You do not get a copy of this. It's up here.
I was looking through this to see if I had one.
I do apologize.
That's all right.
We do have a couple of call reports, but as I mentioned, they're just for traffic stops. It's nothing in regards to your establishment. It was around your establishment. Okay, and that, if you don't have anything, that concludes our meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. The hearing notice should remain up until we have a final determination is made on your establishment, okay? And you'll be Ms. B will be in contact with you. One moment. Well, this concludes the public hearing for cabaret license for cabaret license application number 200 Washington Tavern, New York, LLC. And the time is now
4:20.
Thank you, 4:20 p.m. And that concludes our meeting. Thank you for coming, Mr. Levac.
Thank you for having me.